Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah, and today I have another planner walkthrough for you guys. So this is another new planner that I purchased. I wasn't lying when I said I went a little bit planner crazy with a couple different brands. So this planner here is a Plum paper planner. Now I did a walkthrough for you guys of the Plum paper layout guide and the Plum paper add-on guide. I guess I influenced myself a little bit and I wanted to try one out for myself. I didn't go over the top and add in every add-on that I wanted, and I just, we're just trying something simple. So this is obviously a disc-bound planner, which you had heard me mention in quite a few of my other videos, how I was interested in the disc-bound system and that I thought it might be better for customization and changing out pages. Now, these discs here, Plum Paper does offer discs on their website, and I believe 3 different sizes. They have like a gold, a vintage gold, and a silver. These here are just, I believe they're like an inch. They're the classic size Happy Planner discs. I just had them sitting around doing nothing, so I figured I might as well use these since I had them, and I do think they look really pretty with this pink bow cover, which this is fully customizable. You can have, I just have nothing, down here like the pattern with my name printed. They have a whole bunch of different font choices, and you can also put a banner here with your name, or up here, or a circle, or a whole bunch of different shapes. Their covers are very customizable. So like I said, this is obviously a disc planner. Plum Paper does have multiple binding options. You can get it disc punched. This, by the way, did come just without the discs. I put this together myself off camera. This just comes disc punched. If you get the discs, they come separate. It doesn't all come bound together already. So just so you're aware. This came very nicely wrapped all together. I didn't have any bending of pages, no issues at all. So it was packaged very nicely. But they also do have the regular coil option for binding. They have an unpunched option so that you can either disc punch it yourself or punch it for rings, whatever you wanted to do. And they do come in 7x9, A5, and 8.5x11 sizes for pretty much all their layouts. So getting into this planner here, this is a 7x9 planner. This is just their regular synthetic cover. And this is a daily planner. So I had mentioned in the layout guide flip through that I did that I really liked their daily option. I love how it's sectioned out. I like the simplicity of it, but also the structure, if that makes sense. We'll walk through it. I'll explain a little bit more. But this is a 6-month daily. So I did have it start in August, which is another really cool thing. With Plum Paper, you can customize your start month. So if I wanted this to start in May, I could have started in May, June, July, August, any month I wanted it to, which is very nice. So I did start it in August because that is when my next semester starts for school. So I figured this was probably when I would be jumping into this and needing all the space in this kind of daily. So that is what I did. And you can see here, my tabs are neutral. So this is the neutral layout, which comes with, we'll go back in a second, but this comes with the white dividers. There's nothing on these, and the white tabs. So just very, very neutral. They do have options for neutral with like a little bit of hint of color, like a neutral sage, neutral. This is just, I just did straight neutral. I wanted to be able to use planner kits or sticker kits and not have to worry about clashing with different colors and everything. So that is what this is. This is a neutral 6-month daily, and there are some add-ons in here, and I don't know if you can tell, this is a chunky girl. She is a big planner. So that is, I actually only have 5 months on here because I figured I'll have a new 6-month by the time January rolls around. I'll restart. I'll do it then. So I only have August through December in here. And then the add-ons, which I can take out whatever pages I need to, add in whatever pages I need to. But for now, this is how I have this. And let's go through what this planner comes with. So once you turn past the name page, you get into your mini months. Now, even though this is a 6-month planner, you still get all 12 months in your mini month overview calendars because you can start this at any time. So this is just 2026. You can start it, January through December, any month. So they just give you every month in here. So that's really nice. It's not starting, just on whatever month that you're on and only giving you those few months. So you can see the whole year here. So that is nice. These calendars are also not like too tiny. And I also appreciate the little, Monday through Sunday on here. So these are little Monday start calendars. Just to note, I did get this planner in a Monday start on the calendars. You can also decide if you want Monday or Sunday start. I'm actually unsure if you get a Sunday start, if these start on Sunday. I would think so, but I'm not 100% sure. But these are Monday starts for my mini calendar. Flipping the page, you do get the next year. So this is all of 2027. They do give you the full 2 years in here, which is really nice for pre-planning. And this is the same setup, just 2027. So really nice add-on there. Then flipping the page right after that, you get into these special dates. Now, these are labeled with the months. So this is January through December. Again, full year, even in the 6-month daily, which I like. I like to have these types of pages all in one planner, even if it is only 6 months worth of dailies. But these here, you can write, it says special dates. You can use these for anything. You can use them for birthdays, anniversaries. What I use them for, which you've seen before, is like things that annual doctor's appointments, vet appointments, car registrations, due annual bills, things like that. I really love the size of these. I like how long they are. I am more of a vertical planner, so I like the vertical boxes for these. So that is the special dates. And then you actually get in all of the planners a second set of those 12 boxes that are unlabeled. So you can use these for anything. That does not have to be for months. They have ideas, plans, and goals up here, but you can use these for absolutely anything. You can use them for goals, or you can use them for different rooms that you want to do some projects on. You can make a list of different house projects by room. You can make different little cleaning checklists per room. You can use them to list out your classes. If you are a student, I do that in my planner for one set of the 12 boxes. I would do that for this other spread too, if I choose to move into this planner, which we will go over in another video, all of my options and what to do about planner move-in. But yes, this you can use for anything. There's so many ideas out there that people have made videos about, or Instagram posts that give various ideas on what to use the 12 boxes in the front of many different planners for. So there is 2 sets. Like I said, there is the one before this that is monthly, labeled monthly, and then there is the blank set. So you can choose to do whatever you'd like with that. Now, flipping the page, there's just this blank notes page here, nothing on it, and my blank divider, which I showed you before. And then immediately behind your divider, you get a monthly dashboard. Now, this is printed on the back of the divider, which is like a cardstock almost. So you have your little dot grid space up here, a lined section with little to-do bullets, and then 2 blank sections over here. I don't generally use a dashboard page. I'm not sure that I would, but if I were to use this, I think because of the material on this, I would use a marker instead of an actual pen, just because it is cardstock. I'm sure you can use pen. I just feel like marker would write a little bit better on here. And then directly next to that, you get a lined notes page. So just a plain lined notes page. It is labeled with the month there. And then the back of that, this is your monthly calendar. So you get the full monthly calendar. Like I said, this is customized as a Monday start. I also elected to not have any holidays in here. You can select different holidays that you want to put in here, religious, non-religious, different countries, moon phases, a whole bunch of different options. I just chose to leave it blank. I don't generally use the monthly very much. When I do, I just put stickers in for the holidays. So I chose to leave this blank. Then you have the sidebar here and then a mini calendar for the next month there. And then the boxes, when you have to split the day like this, they are split right down the middle. So horizontally, which I like because I'm not really a fan of when they like diagonal put the line through. Do you know what I mean? Like I've seen where they put it diagonally and then I feel like there's less writing space for the box. So that is the monthly calendar. And then directly behind the monthly calendar, you get into your dailies. Now this, I have it start in August. So it starts on August 1st, which happens to be a Saturday. So this is the layout for the daily that I chose. This is just the standard daily. It's not the one with the times. It doesn't have all of the extra sections. It doesn't have the weekly overview. These are just daily pages. Now, my idea was because I love all of the different sections in here, I just like how this is broken down. So this is where I would put like timed events. They have like a little spot for the time and then a blank line, you know, you can put whatever it is. I chose not to label the sections. This is fully customizable and you can label all of your different sections. You can even put different modules or little icons up here to indicate different things. But I chose to leave this completely blank because I feel like I'm going to change up sections. So this will probably remain just the scheduled events. I feel like this would be a to-do. I'd probably use this section for school. And then probably, you know, this section maybe for sports things. And then down here, you can do notes. You can do a verse if you're into, I've seen people do like their daily verses on some of the daily plans. This would be a really nice spot for that. And then up here, I think I'm going to do weather and dinner. And then I don't know for the third one, but there is a lot of space here. And I just wanted to mention too that this is very nice paper. Plum paper used to have very smooth paper. This is not as smooth as it used to be. This is a little bit toothy, not as toothy as Erin Condren paper, but I still think this is extremely nice paper. I really like this. I had done a pen test in my layout guide flip through of Plum paper. So definitely go take a look at that. But this is very nice paper. And I just wanted to do a comparison here just so you can see the difference. I know sometimes people are interested in comparing daily layouts, and this is just one of the daily layouts from Plum paper. This is not the only one they offer. So if you wanted to see what other options they offer, definitely go check out their website. But this is what I have, and this is my Erin Condren Daily Duo. I wanted to put them side by side just so you can see. Plum paper's paper is bright white. So this is very white paper, while Erin Condren paper is a little bit more off-white. I hope you can see the difference in the light, but it is slightly more off-white than this. This is a more stark white. So if you were wondering the color difference, that is the color difference. You can feel the difference in the paper. Like Erin Condren, like I said, is extremely toothy, thick paper. This is also very good quality paper, just slightly less toothy. And then Erin Condren's layout, they have the whole hourly schedule on this side. You are able to put hours in these spots. I just chose not to. They also have an hourly layout. They have a couple of the daily hourly layouts. I'll insert a picture so that you can see the other options. But I highly encourage you to go check out their website to see all of their daily layouts. But for this comparison, we have a lot more sections on the Plum paper daily. So if you need a little bit more structure or you want to have multiple lists per day, this would be a very good option for you. This is a little bit less sectioned. So we just have the hourly here for your full schedule, and then the to-do list, and then the blank box down here, which you can separate to do different things. You can even separate the to-do list in half. This just has a lot more sectioned out spaces and different customizations here. This is how this page comes. This is not customizable. This page is very customizable, adding modules and times and headers and a whole bunch of different things, color or no color. That also, this box here would be colored if you got a color version. Just keep that in mind. But that is the difference between these two layouts. So I just wanted to give you a side-by-side comparison. These are both, again, 7x9 planners. This one just is ring bound. This one is disc bound. And they are both great planners. So I just wanted to show you the side-by-side. So coming back in here, the add-ons that I have. Now, we all know that I love doing the weekly overview the way that I do in my daily duo. So I added lined notes pages to the back of my months. So every month I added 10 notes pages, which is 5 pages front and back. This one here that says August at the top is at the end of every month regardless. So after the last day of the month, you have a front and back lined notes page. And then I added the additional notes pages here. My idea is to use these as weekly overview pages, but my only issue is, by the way, those come out very nicely. My only issue is that most weeks, I have to get to one here. Like this one could work because Sunday and Monday, and then you just, you know, pop this guy here. Cool. You have your weekly overview and then you go into Monday. That works really well. But if I go up here, well, that one works too. If I go up here, the Sunday is on this side of the page, which means Monday is printed directly behind it. So if I put the lined notes page here, it would cover up Monday. If I put it here, it covers up this Sunday. So that would be the only downfall of doing that. But I could also just keep them all back here and just label them by the date or the week number and flip back and forth. Like, I mean, I do that in my daily duo anyway. It's just a different page structure. You can put a little clip here so you can mark, you know, here's my weekly overview, here's my dailies. So it's not the end of the world, but just keep that in mind if you do want to customize a planner this way, like adding inserts and stuff, how these would be printed, because they are double-sided pages. And I know sometimes myself anyway, I don't think about that. So that is how all of these months are structured. So again, I do have only 5 months in here, and then all of them have the lined notes pages in the back that I added, which again is 10, and it is 5 pages double-sided per month. I also did add this notes tab. We'll go through this in a minute, ignore that. But I did add the notes tab in the back. I believe it was 40 lined notes pages back here. It's just a whole giant section of notes pages, so I can do whatever I want with them. I love notes pages, so I just added that as an add-on. Now, my other add-on, which I'm sure you saw, is an academics add-on. This is the college student add-on. So this is extremely comprehensive for a college student, and this was an add-on that I really wanted to go through in person, and I don't think I'm going to use all the pages, but a lot of this is very, very useful even for an online student. So I wanted to add this. Like I said, I didn't go add-on crazy. I just added a couple just to test them. I knew this planner was going to be huge anyway. I just kept it simple. So this was my other add-on that I did for this planner. I can always order more with my next planner, you know. So this is the full college student overview. I did also share my add-on guide flip through for Plum paper, and you don't get to see every single broken down page in that add-on. The book would be bigger than this probably. So there's just snippets. So I'm going to walk through this section with you. So I haven't seen many people flip through this. I don't know that I've seen hardly any people flip through this on social media. If you've ever seen it, please let me know because I'd love to watch it. But this is, again, the college student overview, and I just think it's probably one of the most comprehensive college student sections in a planner that I've seen. So this, you can put your student ID and your student email, your major, your minor, your advisor's name and their email or phone number, semester 1 GPA, semester 2. And this is your goals for different subjects to improve in, and then your steps to complete the goal. I want to be more organized in, I want my grades in each class to be, and my extracurricular goals are, and then all the steps to complete them. I'm not sure that I would use this, but this is very handy to have in a planner because I feel like I am looking for my student ID number constantly because I keep forgetting it. Listen, I have a lot of things to remember, so this is also good to have so you can see, you know, just all of this quick at a glance. And even though this is a 6-month planner, this is a year's worth of college student pages. So the semester 1 and semester 2 would encompass a full year. So because I have the disc option, I can take this entire section out and move it to the next 6 months of my planner, which I adore. So turning the page here, we have your course overview, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of course overview, and there's 2 courses per page, which means if you're taking full-time 6 courses, 18 credits, whatever, there is enough for 6 courses for 2 semesters for this course overview. So this is a lot of information about your course. So there's the course title, the semester you're taking it. These wouldn't be relevant to me, but the time, location, office hours, well, I guess office hours might be, but those would not be relevant to me because I'm online. But you can put like the date range that the course was from if you don't go in person. That might be useful. The location, I'm not sure how I would use that. I have to think about it. And then professor, office hours, contact info, and the credit amount. So if it's worth 3 credits, 2 credits. And then you can check here if it is for your major or your minor, and then if it's just a general elective. So that way you can kind of keep track in here of the classes that you're taking. And then it goes into the grade section. So your grade that you need to pass, your target grade, and then the grade you received in the class. So this is a really nice overview of how you did for the class. And then your exam dates. So I mean, I had a lot more exams than this. I feel like for this, I'd probably put like midterm and final. And then if you have like a lab practical or something, and then the grade you got. And then you have the same thing in the second course section, and then it goes on from there. So there are, again, 2 courses per page. So that is all of your course overview, which again has enough courses for 2 semesters. After that, you get into your class schedule. This I wouldn't use because, again, I'm online. However, this might be really nice to use for online with my own like customized times. So, for example, I like to do sociology on Mondays, and I can write in here, you know, Monday 7 p.m. sociology. I could use it like that for online. You can use it to track studying. This is only Monday through Friday though, because, you know, most college classes are scheduled Monday through Friday, but definitely easy to repurpose. So if you were using this for a standard, you know, in-person college, there is a spot for your semester and the start and end date, and then the time for your class, and then you can check if it's, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. This is also really nice to color code. This one, again, is more for in-person college students. This is your final schedule, which I would have loved both of these pages when I was in person at college. But this is the semester, time, course, and materials and topics, and then your start date is up here. but this is also Monday through Friday. And this is a nice spot for a final schedule, so you can see your schedule quick glance and you don't miss anything. There is enough for both semesters here, fall and spring, or spring and fall, whichever way you're doing it. So yes, these are great pages for in-person college students for sure, but definitely easily repurposed for online students. And then we get into the exam study tracker. Now there are 12 of these same sections. So 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of these sections. So you have the exam date, the chapter topic, and then the time studied. So you can use this to make sure you're actually studying enough for your exam. This would probably come in handy, especially for those big tests and exams, but you can also use this for like quizzes and the smaller tests and stuff. So there is plenty of spots for these. And then we have an assigned reading tracker. So there's 2 full pages for this, so 1 per semester. I don't know that I would 100% use this. I feel like it's a great idea, and I know a lot of people would. This is definitely nice to keep track of if you have, like, I know in law school, like, they do like cold calls, so you have to like make very sure that you are reading all of your readings by that due date. So that would be really good for things like this if your professor does call you out in class, or if you want a specific due date for your own personal reading, you could also repurpose it for that. So there are 2 full pages with a lot of room for assigned readings. And then we go into the group project planner. I am in a class this semester where we have done very many group projects, and I can't. Like, I feel like they should not be a thing in college, but for whatever reason they are. My husband also has them in his college course, so not fun. But this is a really nice plan for it. So it has the course, the due date, points earned, points possible, questions to write down, your team members, and there's enough for 4 students here. I have 5, so I'd probably just do like my other teammates on here because I know myself, so I wouldn't need to write myself. But there's student name, role, their phone number, their email, and again, there is 4 spots for that. And then down here you have the project task, the name, so I'm assuming who's doing it, what the task is, when it's due, and then you can check off when it's completed. So this is really nice for group project planning. And you can also take this to consult with your group if you have like an in-person meeting with them, or you're doing it over Zoom or whatever Teams, whatever you use. So that's really nice. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 6 of these pages. So plenty of room there. Next, we move into the brainstorming pages. So on this side, you have the course and the date, the project title, project milestones, and then you have room for 4 milestones, and then these little brainstorm boxes, and then a whole bunch of little note spots. So that's just a nice quick brain dump here. And then on this side, you have milestone tasks, your action items for 1 through 4, and then you can rank them by priority. I feel like this is also really useful, like just in general, not just for school. Like, you could use these as things you want to get done around the house, or personal projects, or anything like that. These brainstorm pages are actually really, really nice. I like those. So we get 1 set, 2 set, 3 sets of those. And then we go into the internship hour tracker. This is really nice. I am going to be doing an internship at the end of my degree program. So is my husband. I also had done internships previously for my prior college classes. So this is really nice. I love this. So you have the internship, what semester it is, the location, how many credits you earn from it, the supervisor, and their contact information. And this chart is your hours worked. So it has the month and the week here. And this goes Sunday through Saturday. So this also includes weekends, which is really nice because I know a lot of people do internship activities on weekends, so they didn't just do Monday through Friday, which I am very happy about. And then at the bottom of the page, there is the total hours. So for this, you get 2 pages, so 1 per semester. If you do 2 internships, or if you just have a lot of internship hours, you can use both pages. So that is really nice to have. I love this. Next is a semester budget. So this is very, very nice for college students that are just getting into budgeting, that are trying to make sure that they're not spending all their money on fast food in the dorms like me when I was that age. But this is really nice. I would have liked to have this. So this has the semester, your starting budget, your ending balance, your spending goals, your saving goals, and then per month, there is the starting balance, income, your living expenses, school expenses, savings, debt, and ending balance. So there are 12 months, so a whole year total. And this, again, is just little snapshots per month, which I honestly think I might use this just for our household budget, just to keep a little snapshot in here. So I really like that, actually. We do also have school expenses, so this is nice. I like this. So very nice. There is, again, enough for the full year there. And then you have a spot for campus contacts. This is very nice for on-campus students too. You have the nurse, campus safety, registrar's office, library advisor, career center, financial aid, non-emergency police, and then some blank sections if you have other faculty or teachers or anything that you want to write there. This also would come in handy for online students as well. We just probably wouldn't need the nurse or campus safety, but like registrar, library advisor, career center, financial, these are all nice numbers to have. And then last, we have the important formulas and references. So this is nice so you can write down if you're taking like a math class or a chemistry class or something where you just like really need to memorize a formula or any sort of reference that keeps coming up in your class and you're like, I really just need somewhere to write that so I can reference it all the time. There is a spot for that. So there are 4 individual dot grid rectangles here, or boxes, and there is 4 on each side. So there is enough for 8. You can also do, one formula might not cover this whole box. So there's definitely plenty of room here. That is all for the college academic section, which, like I said, that is probably one of the most comprehensive academic sections for college that I have ever seen. I saw the previews for the elementary, middle, high school. Those are also extremely comprehensive. So definitely take a look at those. But I loved this section myself, so I wanted to pick it up with my planner and see all what I could use it for. So that is the second add-on that I had in this planner. Now flipping through, I said I did have the notes section in here that I added the lined notes pages to. However, I still have at the end the standard pages that come at the end of all of the Plum paper planners. You do get the dot grid pages here. I'm actually not sure if you get the lined pages also because I added them. So I don't know, but you do get the dot grid pages, and then there is a blank contacts page, which is set up the same as the student contacts. So there's the spot for the person, phone, email, and address. So that is really nice to have there. A couple pages of that. And then the website username and password page. I don't personally use this for passwords. I had mentioned in my other video I don't like putting passwords in paper planners, but you can repurpose this for almost anything. You can use website, coupon code, and if you used it, or package, website package, and if it was delivered, you can use it as order tracking. So there's definitely ways to repurpose that. And then on the back here, we have the 2028 12-month calendar. So there's a lot of pre-planning space in here. And then you do get the little double-sided pocket folder in the back. And then your back cover here. So that is a walkthrough of the Plum Paper Daily that I ordered. Again, this is 6 months. I do only have 5 months here in this planner. I do have a very hefty notes section add-on, plus the monthly notes page add-ons, plus the full student add-ons. So your regular plain 6-month daily planner without add-ons is not going to be this thick, but I do have quite a bit in here. So you can definitely add quite a bit of add-ons. So that is really nice to know. Again, highly encourage you, if you are interested in the Plum paper planners or like anything that I showed you today, go ahead to their website. I'll have it linked below, and you can go ahead and check out all of the customizations, all of the layouts, and all of the add-ons. Definitely worth it to go and play around on the website and just see what you can come up with. I love how customizable they are. I love the options that they offer. So I had to just go ahead and pick one up because I wanted to give it a try. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in my next video.